The major alcohol industry group pushes Congress for critical action to regulate consumable hemp products rather than just ban them. A major alcohol industry association is calling on congressional leaders to create a regulatory framework for hemp-based intoxicating cannabinoids, rather than impose an outright ban as it is proposed under a large-scale agriculture bill that's advancing in the House. In a letter sent to the House and Senate Agriculture Committee leaders on Wednesday, Wine and Spirits Wholesalers of America, better known as Southern Wine and Spirits, urged critical action to ensure that intoxicating hemp products sold across the country are safe for consumers, as lawmakers work to advance the 2024 Farm Bill. In a quote, "We strongly advocate for clear federal rules and regulations that define intoxicating hemp compounds and to grant states the authority to regulate these products within their borders," the Alcohol Trade Association said. The letter came about a week after the House Agriculture Committee approved an amendment to the 2024 Farm Bill that would effectively ban most consumable hemp products, a proposal that saw some ideological splintering within the cannabis section. Ahead of that vote, WSWA said the attempt to ban intoxicating hemp products is merely doubling down on the failed federal policy of prohibition. But in this latest letter, the association used more tempered language. While it said a regulatory framework would be ideal, it also suggested Congress could enact legislation that also allows individual states to ban the products altogether. In a quote, "The absence of federal oversight has resulted in significant public health risks. The safety, purity, and potency of these products cannot be guaranteed, posing a serious threat to consumers," it said. The processes used to create some of these products can leave harmful chemicals behind. Additionally, these potentially dangerous products are often sold over the counter without age restrictions, making them easily accessible to minors, with some even mimicking popular candy and snack packaging, they said. State-level bans on intoxicating cannabinoids have resulted in a series of lawsuits, WSWA noted, but short the federal regulations, it said it is proposing the following policy solutions which could be incorporated into the final Farm Bill. 1. Grant agency authority to promulgate federal rules and regulations defining hemp compounds, which would ban any synthetically derived compounds. 2. Empower states to regulate the sale, transport, and import of naturally occurring intoxicating hemp compounds within their borders. The letter also advises the hemp cannabinoids products could be regulated under the Treasury Department, similar to alcohol. And in another quote, "Just as the 21st Amendment empowered states to regulate the transport and import of alcoholic beverages, states should be granted similar authority over intoxicating hemp compounds," it says. This regulatory structure would help ensure that these are safely manufactured, marketed, and sold. It would give states broad latitude to regulate or even ban these products in accordance with the wishes of their citizens. And meanwhile, the legislation that advanced through the House Agriculture Committee last week also contains provisions that would reduce regulatory barriers for certain hemp farmers and scale back a ban on industry participation by people with prior drug convictions. And this article goes on and on and on and on and on, and I'm going to let you read it over at our website if you would like to at www.high9news.com, but I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say about this.
You know, this is something that really intrigues me because you guys know I'm the edibles person around here, and beverage is a arena that I love. And this is a very hot topic. There's a lot of action actually happening right here in California. There's been a huge number of hemp-based drink recalls recently. And that's because they're finding like aspergillus and all kinds of different things happening inside these products. So
they're finding little floaters in the beverages, huh, Manndie?
Yeah, regulation has to happen when someone's partaking and consuming a product and bringing it into their body. It has to happen. And so, you know, this has to be pushed for on some level. I just hope that it doesn't become too overbearing.
I mean, I agree wholeheartedly on the regulation side, especially being in a state where the only cannabis that we have access to are hemp-derived cannabis products, and they're available everywhere: gas stations, smoke shops, liquor stores. But I think more than that, the most interesting part of this article to me is the fact that you have a big industry like big alcohol, who historically has been opposed to state regulated cannabis markets, now opposing a ban at the federal level. That to me is interesting because it tells me that possibly they have invested heavily in whether it's cultivation space or processing capacity or
you know what it is. I could tell you exactly what it is, Sohum. What it is because they're currently lobbying California right now to be able to allow, similar to Wisconsin, to allow for hemp beverages to be able
Minnesota,
to be sold.
right?
Yeah, Minnesota. Excuse me, Minnesota. To be able to be sold in all different types of stores and restaurants and whatnot. And so that's their play is they want to open up that market for the beverages right now, and they're currently advocating for that here in California. And this is just part of their greater push because they have so much infrastructure built up in bottling and distribution that it only makes sense for them to control this part of the supply chain. And then at the same time, it gives them the platform to go and say how great cannabis beverages are and how great they're selling and because they know that they're never going to have the numbers to justify any of their press releases if they aren't able to hit that many stores.
I don't trust nothing that the alcohol conglomerate says. I'm just going to go on the record saying that. You're going to have to show me. And I'm just going to let Rico hit it, actually, because this is Rico's key phrase. What is it, Rico?
Follow the money.
Exactly.
You're on mute, Rico. You're on mute, Rico.
Got my voice that came out of your mouth just now.
No, I heard it, man.
I like that, man. I like that. We should clip that shit.
Yeah.
No one even noticed, right?
All of your voice in it.
But no, that's real talk. Follow the money.
Jason, my question to you, man, because I know you're a hater of all cannabis drinks.
It just suck. It just suck. It just is what it is.
Subjective.
Beverages are stupid.
Do you think that all of these drinks should be in liquor stores rather than in dispensaries?
No, I think they should all be in dispensaries. That's where you go. That's where you go to buy weed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As a dispensary support.
Yeah, I think this is a huge step forward for them and for big alcohol. And I think that the big picture, looking at the big picture, they just want to solidify their mark there, and they're just making a play for cannabis overall. I think that the alcohol industry will be taking over logistics,
distribution.
Yeah, with on the adult use side, and hemp beverages are just the tip of the iceberg.
It only makes sense.
I do.
The most basic requirements to have a cannabis beverage company are astronomical. Just transporting your beverage is very difficult because it's not like a concentrate or, half pound of weed that you're delivering to a store that, weighs a literal half pound. We're talking about hundreds, if not thousands of pounds of liquid. And if you drop a box of weed eighths, you're going to maybe get some broken glass or some smushed weed. But if you drop a bunch of beverage, you're going to have a huge mess. The storing requirements, the transport requirements is very different. And this is where alcohol could really step in and help our industry grow and succeed. They have the spots to store these things, and they have the transport already. They already have very tight regulations that they know how to work within that I think our products could fit in quite nicely.
You know what I can't wait? I can't wait to see, you guys, is going to be the pushback from Project Sam. Okay, because they're going to be like, oh, no, you can't have all these intoxicating beverages in all these stores everywhere.
And Jason, that's actually the point I was about to make, and we'll get into this with my story too. There's a little bit about hemp-derived cannabinoids and products there too, but the most interesting part about this fight to me is that it's creating some crazy political alliances between people that you would not like. It's just very unpredictable where all these
Politics
different groups
makes
are going to
strange
argue.
Politics makes strange bedfellows.
Yeah,
Exactly.
It's always
No,
one of my
and-
favorite things about
And
politics.
I'm going to talk about it a little bit more later in the context of the initiative in Florida. But no, this is very entertaining to watch, and I think Sam is going to be sitting there with something in their hand, not confused about which side they really want to be on of this issue.
So,
Fair enough.
So
Oh,
real
go ahead,
quick
go ahead.
though, Sohum. I just want to ask Sohum a quick question about that because I'm unfamiliar with the Texas hemp-derived market. So when you go to a gas station, Sohum, and you buy like say a hemp drink, are they like milligrams? Like does it have milligrams on it of how many it is?
Oh
And
yeah.
Yeah. They have that, and they're
It's everything.
all that low
Milligram.
dose.
You can get gummies. You can get
and is it
beverages.
high
You can get.
dosage?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because they're doing it as like they're calculating the percent THC as a percent of the gross weight of everything in the product, right? That's how they're getting away with selling a 15 or a 20 or a 50
Liquid's
milligram.
heavy. Liquid's
Yeah, so 50 milligrams is a percentage of the gross weight of the total liquid in the package. You're under the legal limit every
No,
time.
Luke, they basically do it like when law enforcement comes in and raids you, and they raid all the packaging and they weigh all the packaging and they count it all as the weight of the product.
It's working.
They do it the
It's
same
working
way.
in our favor here.
Yeah, exactly. It's brilliant.
yes.
Whoever argued this loophole was awesome. Like, I bless them. It's crazier too. Not even just beverages though. I mean, in my local smoke shop down the street in my neighborhood, they sell THCA flower deli style, like they did in the old school in the dispensary. Like you go in there, I can buy Ghost Train Haze THCA flower in my local smoke shop down here. I mean, it's a little more expensive than
Too bad you couldn't get
you
real
guys, we got to keep it
THC,
rolling. We got to keep this rolling. We got to keep this rolling.
Real quick.
We got to thank
Nick,
out to the suitor of music. Yes. The only
Hey, you guys see what he said?
I'll read it. You want to read it, Rico? Go ahead.
Yeah, Rico.
The only cannabinoids that Jason drinks is breast milk when he was a baby.
Yeah, shout out to the suitor. Yeah.